Hello, everybody, and welcome to the week 3 of Pickems. Um, first, we're at the week 1 results. They're still waiting on a couple of games to be played that have been extended, but just a look. Um, there haven't been any scores counted or anything yet, as far as I can see. Do your job. Just joking, buddy. Um, but I've seemed to have done pretty decent overall with my week 1 picks, so I'm happy there. I seem to have compared to a lot of other people, so I guess when the scores are counted, we'll see how we go. Uh, yeah, technically, because this week's not, I guess that's probably why Ian hasn't started counting it yet. But looks like Cyan, Jeremy, and Magic have done pretty decently as well. Gry's done alright. Uh, Gareth done alright as well. But so far, I've only got like 5 wrong. Um, Depending on how Singapore Sobble Squad and Hollywood Hallelujah do. Though everyone got a point for the Bitchware vs Mogul Mercenaries because there was uh, a double win with 0-0 um, differential just because of some extenuating circumstances. I think like Hamu was winning the game, but then DC'd, meaning that he had to forfeit or something like that. But it was decided that the fairest way to do it was give both people a win with zero differential, something like that. But yeah, so doing all right so far at the very least. But see our coin flip the season as we go into the week Pickems. Percent. As we'll look at Adelaide Overheat versus the LA Odd Sires. So me versus see versus Wesley. Chien Power, Mega Gardevoir. Look, the matchup does definitely look scary. Chien Power looks really good into my team. Um, but I do kind of got to back myself here. Saloon is always scary to see as well. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna back myself no matter what. This season, I've decided I'm just gonna go for myself, and hopefully that pays off for me. The next matchup: Olympic Lyron versus Chicago Bewares. So we've got Russ versus Nut. Nut, I don't know a ton about his abilities or playstyle or anything like that. Russ has a pretty strong team. Mega Blaziken, Ogre Pond, Raging Bolt is pretty strong to look at just here. So Chicago Cup Foos have the Gouging Fire, Melmetal, Mega Low Punny, Buckray, I guess. Blaziken is quite scary into this, especially if it starts getting some speed boost up. But obviously Megalopunny has the like fake outs and then switch into something with the Rocky Helmet, something like that to chip down the Mega Blaziken, keep faking it out, quick attacks as well, something like that. So I think Nut might have enough to be able to wear down Russ's um, team, but who knows? This game could go either way. But I think I will go with the Chicago Bears. It seems to be going with the majority most of these games, but got the Wise Hunch Crows versus the Mogul Mercenaries for the next match. Kalen versus Trina. I think like everyone's voting for the Wise Hunch Crows, but Trina did play okay versus Hamo, I think. And Masquerada's a better dark type than Celebi. Sorry, a better grass type than Celebi. And it's a better dark type than a little Persian, probably. But Conch Crow. Same. That's right. And Petrarch can be quite annoying to deal with. I don't know. If the trainer plays it well, then definitely could be a winnable game. But I mean, the same goes for White's Hunch Crows, right? But I think I'm going to go against the grain here a little bit. And I'm going to go for Vitrina. So don't let me down, Vitrina. Purple Wares. It was Chicago Bears versus Russ. Olympic Byron. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm still going to vote against Russ here, but because, yeah, Blood Moon Dragapult is kind of a scary team as well. So I think I'll still keep it as Chicago Bears here. So, I mean, Blaziken, Mega Blaziken does have its opportunities. See how we go with that. Uh, so then we have the Chicago Cub versus Sabaudi Squirtle Squad, which is the gouging fight. The Sabaudi Squirtle Squad, Aaron, Rutina, Ibola, Samurott of the Hisuian variety. I don't know a lot of these players well enough to gouge them. I have been watching all the games, but like only 1 week has been played so far for most of these people. I don't think Midnut even had his first game yet. So it is kind of hard to tell who I would choose more. I think I do like the gouging fire into this team. So I'm gonna go with Cupfoos here. Seems to be going against the grain a little bit here, against a Sabaudi Squirtle squad, but got to take some risks somewhere, right? Hamu, Bitchware, versus Neon Strike Cabalions, it's Jace, Blaziken can Swords Dance, I believe. Bit more superior. I think like with the Dondozo, Iron Slowbro, Sizzle, Great Task, probably got a pretty decent chance into the Neon Strikes, with Blaziken being the main threat. Superior obviously can do its Leaf Storm shenanigans as well, but Dondozo Terra type is that with Unaware, Dragon Dondozo is going to sit on that for sure. His superior is Stellar, so that's not going to be necessarily too useful into the Dondozo Terra. Katarine being the fairy type, I think, is going to particularly help against that Dragon Dondozo either. I feel like Dragon Dondozo is a pretty good Terra type for Armu this week, but for this week matchup. But we'll see what he wants to go with when that battle comes around, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to go with Harmu for this one. And then we got Atlanta Overlords versus Atlanta Skiddos, Atlantic Skiddo, I should say. We got Austin Tiff. Alfin seems pretty decent into Tiff's team. Skarmory, obviously physically defensive, is going to take some stuff. I don't think Brambleghast is the bulkiest. I think Gyarados, I don't think, is going to necessarily be the best answer for a Palafin. Neither is Piloswine. So, I don't know. I think between Palafin and Kingambit, Tiff's going to have a bit of a trouble defending against the defensive moves. So I do agree with the majority here and reckon that Austin can win out this game. So we'll see how that goes. And then we've got Lagrange Greninjas and Mortal versus the Mentalist Buzzers and Kiss. Seedot Zamazenta versus Lagrange Greninja. Sneasler, Terapagos. Fortress exists, so Orthworm isn't necessarily the best. Body Slam, Body Press, Zamazenta. Into the Orthworm to stop it from getting the shed tails up for Terapagos too easily. But overall, I don't think Bull's matchup into this is too terrible because Canyon is a pretty easy switch into things like Moltres, even like Alamamola. I think so. I mean, I guess have to be careful to not toxic, etc. But something to play around there for sure. But like, I think that Mortal might actually have a decent matchup here. So one against the grain here, and I'm gonna put my money on Mortal for this week. And we've got Detroit Oblivion Wings versus the Hollywood Halucha as the last matchup that I'm choosing for here. Oblivion Wings, he bring Dialga versus me, which was kind of weird. Kind of get it as well, but kind of weird. Hollywood Halucha, Zamazenta. He hasn't played. Cade hasn't played his first game yet. So who knows how he's going to be playing this season? But overall, I think I do like Cade's matchup into Poker Fan here. So let's go with Hollywood Halucha. So Poker Fan has a decent team as well. I don't know. I think I like the look of Cade's team into this. Yep, so that's all the Mareeps. So we'll go on to Flaaffy with Texas Toad Squirrel versus Indianapolis Infernapes as the first matchup here. So Psy versus Trey. Another Terrapagos team. Arena. Down 2-0 to Magic and Meloetas. As Trey went down 1-0 to Anchorage Arcanines. Team Cornerstone. I mean, he's got the Sliggoo for the what do you call it? The ability that eats the grass moves, which I can't remember. So that would mean that he has to bring Sliggoo into that, which I'm not sure he really wants to. Um, and like Terrapagos is always something to keep an eye out for. Tentacruel, second does anything. I guess Liquid Ooze into Cerulage's bit of blade or whatever. This is a tough one because I mean Ray's got Chansey, Sliggoo, and Clampower, which aren't going to come a lot of the time. This could be Sliggoo's one matchup that it comes to just because of Ogerpon sitting here. Um, and sure how good that would be into it. But I think I am going to go with Psy and the Texas Toad Schools here. So this is a close choice, it seems. Though not as close as Los Angeles Nido Kings versus the LA Crams. Sneasler, Bolivar, Skeletor, Ford, Spectria, Zygarde, Celia, Great Tusk, Full Tauros of the Padan variety. Spectria can be quite a problem. Buzzlord, I think, is not even necessarily super good into it just because of Spectre does get like Dazzling Gleam or whatever. It's a very um, but obviously Guzzlord is super bulky, so it can probably take one and depending on how it goes, kill back. Um, depending on terror usage and stuff like that, obviously. Pincurchin, a lot of options for like Pincurchin. I followed it as Set Sneasler's Unburden, which is also kind of a problem. Because Cresselia is obviously a fighting resist, but that's the only Rotom fan as well, I guess. I mean, Spectria is obviously immune, but Skeledirge like, is actually a real problem. Rams as well. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this. Is quite a tough choice to be honest. Zygarde can obviously do all kinds of different setup sets. There's Skeledirge, as it's unaware. assuming into a type that is going to resist the ground type moves. But yeah, let's go with the Nidokings here. That into a Joey majority. And then we got Anchorage Arcanines versus Seattle Scissors. So we got Ace, get Fire Team, Chen Pao, all quite threatening, but does obviously have the print block in the server. And Seattle Scissors, I think Blaziken, Slowking. Swing's alright, Low Kick, Sarah Aura. I mean, Revan definitely doesn't have anything quite as obviously bad as the print plot on his team. And even feel like anything necessarily as bad as even the Servine. Um, so once again, I feel like this is a tough matchup to call, but I reckon Speed Boost Mega Blaziken as a cleaner, things like the Slowking, Yancy to be bulky but still do some damage. Suin Zora for the mind games. I feel like Revan actually has a pretty good chance here, so I'm going to go with him. And we've got the Teacher versus the Santa Fe Superiors. So we've got Jay and his Zamazenta team. Did lose to the Dublin Drapions in week 1, so I think I lost a point there. Did you do this to me, Jay? And he's versing the Santa Fe Superiors. Did pick up a pretty strong win. It's the Farmington Alligators. So, no. Necessarily going to appreciate a rain team is Armor Rouge. Either is Stack Attacker. Tapu Fini doesn't mind too much, but is Tapu Fini going to be enough to tank through Arthur's I reckon played a pretty good game into Farmington for Alligators. I reckon I might actually bet against Jay here. It's not something I say normally because I do like to bet on my good friends. And Jay is definitely one of my better friends historically in this league. At least against a lot of the people that I could be. Yeah. So, sorry, Jay, but I am going to vote for Arthur here. And then what do we got? Kent State Golden Flash Cannons. Zippy. Get taken out by the Seattle Scissors. One. Who has a respectable team? That is for sure. Versing Fury, who team does not look fun to play against, honestly. There doesn't seem to be anything undealable with on his team here, but altogether it looks very annoying to try and deal with. I wouldn't want to go up against this team if I could help it. So I think I'm just going to back Fury here again. And then the top is Farmington for Alligators and Evie versus Hamilton Hurricanes and Gareth. It's looking a pretty hard Sun team to Hurricanes. Also, it's a decently strong team, I think. And he put up a good 5-0 versus the LA Crams in week one. So yeah, I think I'm going to back Gareth here. I think he will be able to do something about the weather, hopefully. And pull out another win here. So let's go with that. Kelowna Crocodiles next. So we got Dusk versus New York Onyx. Let's go Onyx. Valiant King Gambit. Now, Bozo is always a help. But I don't know if it's necessarily going to help versus Tapu Koko. Backside there. I reckon looking at these two teams, I think the New York Onyx have the matchup. So sorry, Dusk, but I'm going to be betting against you here as well. It's definitely going against the majority, but sometimes, like I said, you got to take those risks, right? Still not used to having to bring my microphone across, so if I've been really quiet this whole time, sorry about that. York Meloettes, just Dublin Drapion, got Magic, Vegapunk, Swine, Libor, Mega B, Dublin Drapions. Both these teams picked up wins. Vegapult is always scary. Flying Wheezing, I think, is quite nice into it there. Sharp as well, actually. Not too bad. Into the Dragon Elder. I'm going to go with Magic here, I reckon. Support my Magic. Yeah, see how that goes. So we've got just Ampharos Pickems left, and we've got the Super Zeb Strikers versus Los Santos Septiles. Zeb, who did not manage to pick up a win versus the New Jersey Devil Plumes last week. But it was a close match by the looks, being only a 1-0. Los Santos Septiles, who looks like hasn't played his week one match yet. Big upon Wellspring is obviously pretty strong. Crazy how much work that can actually put in. Not that Talonflame isn't similar, it's not quite as good. Dragonite, always scary to see, got to worry about that. That's kind of Rotomo's there. Rotomo is probably one of the better options that you could have into the Seismitoad as your electric type. Like, because Zebstrika is probably not going to come. Um, Nido Queen is quite a decent switch into Jolteon as well, I guess, since Jolteon lacks the coverage so much. But yeah, I reckon I'm going to go with the Super Zebstrikers here. I reckon Zeb could have this matchup. Peterborough Palpitoads versus the Singapore Sobble Squad as the next. Cry versus Amish. I picked up the win versus has not had battle this week. I don't know how that went. I should say last week. Battle still extended on that. Agapok, Lamora, Mungus. Look, I reckon Gry could do. Like he's got enough to deal with most of what Amish can bring out. I'm gonna go with Gry. We'll see. Got Lantern having a close win in week one. Hello, Punny. Teeny. Seeing Springfield Starmies. Slowbro. I think Megalo Punny and Victini, even like the Mamo Swine and stuff like that, is actually pretty threatening for the Zamazenta. I think. I can't remember. Is Zamazenta steel type or is that only when it's crowned? Or is it like just flat? I don't know. Really, I don't play enough. I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, it's definitely not something that Victini is definitely not something that the Goldango at least wants to find itself in front of. Gordon's pretty nice as well. I don't know. I guess I have to stick with Ian here until he loses a match. I will stick with him, I guess. We've got Voracious Farplane versus Tentacle Pirates. Run. I mean, I like Johan's team. It has Terrapagos is very annoying to deal with. Landos Incarnate can be scary. Going with the Shed Tail, Vileplume to be annoying. Roy Moon, Iron Moth, Screamtail, all of that. Yeah, look, gonna go with my boy Johan here because it annoys Ian. I say my boy Johan and I don't say my boy Ian. So let's go with that. Swagalicious Vaporeon versus Seattle Kraken as matchup, I guess. I will close game with Ian. It's a very weird rain team with Politoed as the setter. I mean, I guess it's not necessarily a weird rain team. because it does have like the standard, some of the standard stuff that you'd see with a rain team. But Basket Legion does not get fast respects. Mega Swampert is his skill leader so far. See how that holds out. What is he versing? Seattle Kraken. Zane. Once again, doesn't really necessarily have the best outs to a rain team. Tina is okay from the fact that Mega Swampert can't Earthquake it. And it resists the water type moves as well. But I do think Raul had a good game versus Ian, so I think let's go with him. Yeah, sorry, Zane. We got Toronto Tusk versus Bridgeport Booloos. Gouging Fire Team. Bundy. Tusk. And Sept. The Sun. The Bridgeport Booloos. Blaziken. Zygarde. Like Sark hasn't played his week 1 game yet either. I mean, this is tough. Edging Fire seems to be pretty decent into Sark's team. Yeah. With the resist being like Lantern. But it Sark's team either. You know what? No, I'm gonna go with the Toronto Tusks here. Osaka Absol versus Brooklyn Blastoise as the second to last matchup. Ani versus Chibi. Chibi getting a close win versus Zane. Ani losing 3-0 to Bry. It's a player. Who wants? I think I want to go with Chibi because she always seems to do really well. Though Ani definitely has the potential to take Chibi's team out here, but I'm gonna go with Chibi. People don't seem to be agreeing with me, but we'll see how we go. And the last matchup, New Jersey Devil Plumes. Close win in week 1. First and mid Riders. Not quite as close, but still close. Excuse me. Well, both teams look annoying to deal with. I'll say that about a lot of the teams, but I guess a lot of the teams just look quite annoying to deal with, right? Orn and Endless are both pretty good. The level in NCL has definitely improved a heap over the last few years that I've been playing. That's to be expected, and that's why I'm in Mareep and not in any higher divisions anymore. So the skill level in Ampharos is actually pretty decent overall. So it's definitely hard to choose these matchups, but I reckon uh, reckon reckon I will go with Endless here. Go with the majority in this matchup. Um, between Ursaluna, Blood Moon, Mega Blaziken, Fluttermane, and even King Gambit or Sandy Shocks or something like that, I do think that a lot of stuff on Orn's team is quite threatened. Um, but I mean, all we can do is wait and see what happens. But yeah, so that has been my pick'ems for week 3. And in that case, we will be back with week 4 pick'ems and the week 2 standings, I guess, next week. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you with some more NCL content in the near future.